hands. It's not anymore. You do need someone else to pull off a result for you. Given your Everton connections, how important is it to you separately that they survive and don't get relegated? And how much of a double celebration would it be if they can do something for you on Sunday?
But obviously they're playing for their life right now, and you could see that the last game against Brighton, and Sean has shown that belief again, and that cohesion around the team and the fans to create something special. And obviously, as a huge Everton fan and that I am, I want the best for them, and obviously that's not going to change for this weekend.
You mentioned that last game. I mean, there have been times this season where, with everything going off the field at Everton, it looked like it was just sliding and going away. That game last week, how much confidence did it give you that they really are still fighting? And also, what did it tell you about how to beat Brighton?
It's every week, the way they are competing every single week, that they have had some very good results, some others that, in my opinion, deserves more, and they've been really, really competitive in the last few months.
And could this be potentially City's most difficult game of their remaining games? And they've had a bit of a say by beating you in Sean's first game. They could have another big say in the title race on Sunday, couldn't they?
They have some games to play like we do. I have no clue which one is going to be the hardest.
But when a team's fighting for its life, we know the team that's been in the top flight for longer than anybody, is that a big motivation, or is that a big pressure on the Everton players?
For sure, they're going to give their best, but there are teams that are as well fighting for Europe, and other teams that are fighting for relegation, and other teams that are playing the last game of the season at home, and you know what it means, and we have experienced that. Every game has a different meaning, and it will be important for them, for sure.
Mikel, a few weeks ago, a lot of people had anointed Arsenal as champions. Now, many people think Manchester City are the favourites. Is there still time for the pendulum to swing back in your favour? And should we have learned that things can change over the course of a 38-game season?
We're going to continue to dig, and maybe the prize is there, so we don't know if it's there or there, but we're going to continue to dig just in case it's here, and make sure that we do our best.
As a manager, would it be harder to lose the title by 1 point or by 4 or 5 on the back of the season you've had?
Or win it. Who knows?
How tough would that be to take there after everything you've done?
I don't even want to think about it.
With Brighton as well, and yourselves, perhaps the expectation at the start of the season is that you wouldn't necessarily be in a title battle at this stage, that Brighton wouldn't necessarily be challenging for Europe as well. How important is it for both clubs that you maintain the level that you've been at for the last 3 games to make sure that you don't drop away from what it's looked like you can achieve?
Because what is at the stakes for us is huge, and we are full of enthusiasm to try to get that prize in the best possible way, and to do that we have to win our matches, and the first one is going to be Brighton, which as well they are fighting for something really important, and that's what is going to make it really complicated.
Okay. Do you think Brighton have already done you a favour by selling Leandro Trossard to you? He's been a great signing, hasn't he?
He's not a favour. At the end, everybody has to agree to something, and there was a situation there, and we wanted the player, and they were okay to sell the player to us, and I think when that happens, everybody is happy.
And what's he been like as a character here? I spoke to a Brighton fan when you signed him and said, what's he like? How's he going to do at Arsenal? He said, you're welcome to him. They were quite glad to see the back of him, this guy was anyway. So
sorry, they were?
He was quite glad to see the back of him, this Brighton fan. They've sort of fallen out with love of him at Brighton. Seems like he's been very loved here, and he loves being here.
I don't know, I can give you, I love to have him in the squad. He's been great, and you can see the contribution that he had in the team, and I'm delighted to have him.
What sort of character is he like in the dressing room and training?
Great character. I can bring him in and we can have a conversation.
We would love it.
Yeah, so you can challenge your mate. He's coming, don't worry. I'm texting now.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a promise, Mikel. Next week we will